Yo, what up, Friendster? It's Lester. Guys, today we are checking out So Is Gooning Okay Now? That title is insane. I'm not going to lie to you. But we're checking it out by the background NPC. I love her videos. So I want to see what she has to say about this. Let's get into this one.
It's pretty much every screen that I own has been taken over by one person. The man, the myth, the Giga Chad himself, Leon S. Kennedy.
Of
In
course.
case you missed it, somehow Resident Evil Requiem recently came out, and
Yep.
it is pretty great. Capcom
is.
absolutely cooked. They sold 5 million copies in 5 days, and
Damn.
they've confirmed that DLC is on the way.
Of
I'm about to
course.
finish my 5th playthrough. Yes, my 5th, using
Wait.
almost
5th playthrough is insane. I keep hearing people say, oh, I'm on my 3rd, 4th, 5th playthrough. That is nuts. That means this game has hyper high replayability. That's insane.
exclusively the RPG as Leon because I just unlocked unlimited ammo for it. And
Nice.
even though I have a ton of thoughts about the game itself, this video isn't really about RE9.
Okay.
It is about the massive double standard of some of the people celebrating Leon the hardest right now.
Who?
The thirst articles, the journalists who need to be hosed down like overheated
Wow.
zoo animals.
Whoa,
The same-
whoa, what's she saying there? Uncertain times we can all agree on Leon. In uncertain times we can all agree on Leon as
The
Kennedy.
journalists who need to be hosed down.
If Leon Kennedy isn't hot enough, Resident Evil Requiem mods are here for your particular kink. I never want to hear you guys say anything bad about Goon Gamers again. If people want a hot female character, I don't want to hear it because of Leon.
Down like overheated zoo animals.
Damn.
The same people who have spent the last decade lecturing everybody else
Exactly.
about this
Crazy.
exact thing, just in reverse.
So it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when we do it. All right.
Once again, rules for thee, but not for he.
Yep.
Now, before we get into the details, I do need you to understand the scale of what has actually been happening. We are talking countless fan edits with millions
Whoa.
of views, Leon fan cams, the
Damn.
art, so much art, cosplays, gym motivation
Crazy.
posts, men saying Leon has inspired them to get
That's at least it inspire people to hit the gym, man. That's always good. I 100% will always support that.
in shape, which is really cool, actually.
Yeah, that's actually really
Shirtless
awesome.
Leon mods, Leon dad and mustache mods,
Ha,
all
nice.
well and all good. But then the professionals started to jump in, and
Oh boy, here
I
we
might
go.
have started getting a little better. Kotaku published a piece called Leon Scott Kennedy, I'm on prep.
What?
I'm still not sure how that one was not only approved, but actually published, where the writer
Whoever designed Leon in Resident Evil Requiem deserves a handshake and a rage. I'm on prep? What does that mean? What does prep mean? I don't know. I don't know.
describes deliberately keeping Leon on low health just to hear his pained grunts, and
Whoa!
how his own pants are, at one point, gone.
Wow.
This is a professional journalist.
This is a
mind you.
professional
And then
Dude.
even Nintendo, the company that treats a single exposed polygon like it's a federal crime,
Yep.
posted on X that Leon is absolutely jacked with a blush face emoji. Capcom posted
Nintendo.
a thirst edit of him set to Usher's "Hey Daddy,
Oh my
Daddy's
gosh.
Home"
Oh
on
my
the
gosh.
official account with the check mark and everything. I've
That's
pretty
crazy.
much seen it all at this point. I think brands posting
You guys are never allowed to say you can't have sexy characters again in video games. I don't want to hear it. Leon was the proof we need in the pudding. Like, I don't want to hear it again. Go ahead, game developers. Goon all you want. Let's bring on the joy. Come on. It's here now. It's here. Freedom for all. Let's go.
journalists posting, everyone posting the highest levels of sexy thirst for Leon.
Yep.
Even his own voice actor had some things to say,
Oh
but
my
I will
gosh.
touch on that in just a bit. Now,
Okay.
to be clear, this is nothing against Leon at all, or
No.
against the celebration of attractive characters. You guys know I am all for attractive characters,
100%.
and I love Leon. I think he is a legitimately great character, and
Same
it is
here.
so refreshing to see such a strong male lead finally get celebrated again. And with the way Capcom was moving up to this game's launch, all of this was to be expected. I also expected cosplayers would have a
Nice.
heyday
Rebecca
when I came
Chambers.
across this Easter egg of Rebecca Chambers stashed away in the library by Albert Wesker,
Nice.
which somebody responded on a parody Wesker account with a formal statement that genuinely made me laugh out loud. But I can
Wait, what did he say? Wait, what did Albert Wesker say about the picture of Rebecca Chambers that he holds on to? Which I don't know why, bro is fiending over her. I'm aware of the juvenile rumors circulating regarding a certain photograph found in my desk. Let me clarify something for intellectually deficient. For the intellectually deficient, possession does not imply obsession. Rebecca Chambers was a subordinate, a talented one. Admittedly, I make it a habit to keep records of assets with potential. Nothing more. If your limited imagination requires reducing strategic foresight to whatever vulgar fantasy you've concocted, that speaks far more about you than does about me. Don't try to elevate yourself. Just say we get it, Whisker. You thought Rebecca Chambers was hot, and that's okay.
Account with a formal statement that genuinely made me laugh out loud. But I
That's
can
funny.
honestly say I was not
Absolute
expecting
7
Victor
minutes.
Gideon thirst content.
Whoa.
Yes, I had to put my phone down after that and
Hey, everyone's getting some action in
a
RE.
few minutes. But while I was outside getting some air, I got to thinking.
What?
Imagine if a female character got this treatment
Oh,
at this scale.
It would
Imagine
be so
Kotaku
good.
published Jill Valentine. I'll
Yeah.
wear a condom. Imagine PlayStation
Yeah.
posted a thirst edit of Lara Croft.
It would
set
be
to
great.
Justin Timberlake's
Why not? And why not, comedian? Can someone tell me why not? I think I want that. I really do.
sexy back, or
Yeah.
Nintendo highlighting Bayonetta's curves with a wink face emoji.
I
wish.
wish.
I actually can't imagine it because you and I both know exactly what would happen. We know because we have watched it happen
Yep.
for at least a decade. There was this wave of
Straight.
critics and activists who looked at the gaming audience and industry that was
Gooner Game of the Year, Stellar Blade mods are 41% smut, ensures gamers will never see the light of heaven. That is insane to say. And this was by Joshua Wollins. You published this last year. Not even like less than 12 months ago you published that. Bro, you guys are such hypocrites. You guys are so hypocritical when it comes to video games. That to the point where I think you guys don't even enjoy them. The feminist frequency? Oh god. Okay.
critics and activists who looked at the gaming audience and industry that was largely built by and for men and basically said, the
It only
characters
took
you
3
like
hours
are a
for
problem.
someone to
The
upload
women
the
you find
person.
attractive?
Resident Evil 4 no longer sexualizing its women is a good thing. Oh my gosh, by Jade King. Just say you guys don't like video games. I don't want to hear it. If you guys did all this bullshit to Leon, I don't want to hear it.
That's immature, regressive, and
Yeah.
a moral failing. And this, unfortunately,
Lara
was
Croft
not
feminist
just
hero
one
to
person
Final
yelling
Fantasy.
into the void. This was all over gaming
Look how
media.
many articles
Full
there
coverage,
are.
speaking invitations, developer consultations,
Oh
and
my
it got
gosh.
so loud that not only did studios start listening,
Bro,
they started hiring these people.
Yeah.
And it has
the second you hired them as consultants, and then you started losing money, and then you got mad about it, that's what made it even more weird. Why would you get upset about it? Bro, you listened to the person who was attacking your audience and said deal with it. Then your audience left. Then you said, oh shit, my money, I'm drained, I'm getting layoffs are coming in. I gotta do something. Then other studios said, yo, I'm gonna make a dope game with characters that I wanna see. From games like Expedition to games like Stellar Blade. They made their thing, they enjoyed it, they didn't care if they didn't care, they wanted to make their characters, they wanted to make them look. Everybody loved it and it was great.
become the norm, which, for example, is how we see
Dead or
something
Alive
like the
is more than
devs of
breasts.
1348 X Photo so casually respond to this tweet.
Why do devs keep making intentionally unattractive female characters? Why do you expect a woman to necessarily be attractive? Okay, and my take on this one, bro, she doesn't have to be. Not every female under the sun has to be, but generally, more people like attractive characters. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's just the truth. That's the way it is. Come on, let's call it what it is.
About their characters, saying, why would you expect women to necessarily be attractive?
Crazy,
Happy
right?
launch day.
Oh,
Happy
shit!
launch day. So before
That
the
was she didn't have to you didn't have to empty the clip like that on her.
happy launch day.
Damn. Yeah, that game's a flop. Yeah, no, that game flopped. That game flopped to hell. 427. Let me break down the math to you. For this game to break even in profit, it probably at least had to get it probably needed like 25,000 to 30,000 players to purchase this game so they can break even. That was your launch day? The launch day is supposed to be your biggest day. Yeah. You're cooked, buddy. Full cooked. Holy.
Guys, by the way. So for
Crazy.
the better part of a decade, we have watched it happen.
Yep.
A very loud, coordinated, industry-level push to change female characters in games. They were too revealing, they pushed unrealistic
Crazy.
beauty standards, were harmful to the culture. Developer guides started telling studios what female characters should and shouldn't look like.
Let me just say this right now. Bro, let me say this right now. If I ever make a game, I'm going to make a Goon game. I don't care. If I ever make a game 100%, I don't give a damn. If I ever make a game, I'm going to do my best to make it at least like compelling and fun for the player, but I'm also going to make attractive characters. I'm not going to go out of my way. I don't care. Write an article about me all you want. That's exactly what I would do. This is getting ridiculous. Look how many articles there are against. Do you see the counterbalance, bro? Like, look how many articles there are against men playing video games, but look how many there are for when like they get Leon and he's a thirst trap. Like, it's nuts.
Statements were issued. Whole victory poses got pulled because someone wrote a forum post. Looking at you, 2016 Tracer.
Yep.
Characters that had looked a certain way for decades got softened in their remakes, and the press either applauded or scolded you for noticing. Outfits got covered up, proportions got adjusted.
Reduced.
If a new female character showed up looking a little bit too good, she was not celebrated, she was villainized, and a controversy or problem to be solved. These people treated every female character like she was going through airport security.
Yeah.
Ma'am, that's a little bit too much cleavage. I'm gonna need you to step aside.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
essentially.
we have seen celebrations of characters like
Make it make
Geralt,
sense.
Arthur Morgan, Asterion, and most recently, Leon. Thirst traps, shirtless mods, people calling for nudity mods, which is not needed for Asterion. But nobody wrote a developer guide about that.
Yeah.
Nobody called it harmful or was concerned about what it said about the industry. It's almost like the rules only ever applied to one set of characters. Super weird. What's even funnier is after years of this, a study actually came out like 2 years ago that said female gamers preferred playing as the hotter female characters.
Yep,
anyway,
very true.
Not the toned down ones. And now those same outlets, those same voices, sometimes the same human beings, who spent years telling developers and gamers what women should and shouldn't look like in games, and in some cases are still writing those pieces, are now sharing pants removal journalism about Leon S. Kennedy. They are telling developers that attractive female characters are harmful to the culture with one hand and gooning to Leon S. Kennedy with the other. I've seen people make jokes about naked Leon mods and it is all ha 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 jokes and celebration and yes, please give us more. But somebody makes a body mod for Grace that changes her proportions and suddenly it's disgusting. It's incredibly disrespectful because how dare you, chuds? My goon is culture. Your goon is jail time. And if you needed more proof of this double standard in real time, look no further than the upcoming Lara Croft series. In a recent interview, Sophie Turner made it very clear that her Lara Croft, the same beloved character who does unnecessary acrobatics and fights dinosaurs with pistols, is actually super serious this time, guys.
Oh,
and
God.
It's not how it looks at all. Because as we all know, of course, serious women can't be hot. Smart girls can't be attractive.
Nope.
Not around here. Like, this is the Lara Croft we are talking about. Someone who is actually intentionally designed to be a bombshell. And the actress playing her felt she needed to share a preemptive disclaimer about her character's appearance before nary a single episode has aired. It's like the mainstream reflex to downplay female characters' beauty has just been ingrained so deep at this point that it is basically automatic now, even for one of gaming's most iconic female characters. Meanwhile, Leon's voice actor is out here in interviews calling Leon a sex icon and laughing about it, completely at ease, reading the thirst tweets. Not one journalist has followed up with a concern. Again, just think about if this were reversed. What would be the response if Jennifer English talked about how Shadowheart was suddenly a sex icon and cheered on all the male gooning? I love you, Jennifer, by the way. But Sophie Turner made
they would hang her at the gallows. I don't know. They'd like at the stake. I mean, they'd like flip out. It'd be so crazy.
Sure to give a disclaimer that nobody asked for or even wanted, while Nick Apostolides calls his character a sex icon and gets celebrated for embracing it. Just like Leon, Lara Croft has built a 30-year legacy on being smart, dangerous, and intentionally beautiful all at the same time. She does not owe anyone a disclaimer for that, and neither do so many of our other beautiful female characters. Neither did Ada Wong, neither did Joe Valentine, neither did Bayonetta, who, by the way, was designed by a woman and beloved by many women who were, at one point, told they were too damaged to know what was actually good for them. But the disclaimers and criticisms only ever travel in one direction, and we all know why. Now, this actually brings me to the other half of RE9, Grace. Now, I want to be super clear, okay? I genuinely love Grace. I think Angela's performance is incredible, the writing is beautiful, and she is probably one of my favorite additions to the RE universe. But even with all of that, as someone who tries to carefully pick my battles, I've still got to call out Capcom's elephant in the room with this one. Grace is a pretty feminine character. She is so layered and engaging, and I honestly enjoyed every second of her being on my screen. And if she existed in a vacuum, I probably would leave this one alone. But she doesn't exist in a vacuum. She exists in the same game as Leon that got every possible detail obsessed over. And she exists in a franchise with Jill, Claire, Ada, and even Mommy Dominatrix.
Exactly.
And when you put her next to all of that,
let's talk about it.
It's just painfully obvious how Capcom failed her. Not because she is a bad character, not because of her story or how she complements Leon perfectly, but because as the player, I can see so easily exactly how much more she could have been. Her default character design is... It's just plain bad.
Yeah,
it is
it's
safe,
not it's not good.
Bland, and
it's safe as
hell. I made the joke several times when playing as her in third person that it's almost like I was staring at a blank piece of paper.
Yeah.
She has no shape, no color. It's basically just a gray box. Her design makes me think that someone was already worrying about how the real horror of Requiem is actually the male gaze articles, or that it was done by a committee that was scared of how the other committee would approve it. You know,
it was done by a committee, and personally, I would have made my own design of Grace. And I would have overrode with the community and just went with it. If we can have an attractive Leon, we can also have an attractive Grace. Let's just call it what it is here.
Oh, you might have goofed when the cosplay community is kind of all independently making the same adjustments to the standard costume.
Exactly.
Crop tops, tank tops, skinny jeans.
The cosplay community is making the adjustments themselves. Oh my gosh. All right.
Adding layers, colors, and on and on.
Because it was so
Cosplayers
bland.
will actually always be the final judge.
Yeah.
In my current playthrough, I actually added a crop top mod to Grace, and I have to say, it has made it even more fun to play. Now, I've got more to say about Grace, but I think I'm going to save that for a future video, talking about all of our wonderful female characters. I think we're on part like 4 now, or 5. Who knows? But Leon's design shows you what Capcom looks like when they are not afraid. Grace's shows you what happens when they are. Or at least when they choose not to try whatsoever. And I think that's why the response to Leon has been this big. Not just thirst, although obviously, yes, we've talked about that, but also relief. It is like guys and girls all across the internet have let out a huge sigh of relief, seeing that they just might start getting back their heroes. An entire generation of people grew up on these games, and Leon works so well as our male lead because he is him. He is the guy who walks into the worst situation imaginable and handles it. He's smart, capable, brave, a little bit corny in exactly the right way. Men want to be him, women want to be with him. He is the power fantasy and the rescue fantasy all at the same time.
Which is
there is nothing wrong with either of those things. There never was. And that is what a great character does when you just let them be great. No committee, no disclaimers, no apologies, just... here he is, and look how everyone has responded. Look how hungry everyone was for it. Leon doesn't need to be any less. He is basically just a perfect character. Now we need the rest of our characters to be elevated to his level. If you made it to the end of this one, thank you so much. I know I was gone for a couple of weeks. Honestly, most of my spare time has been going to revisiting the Resident Evil remakes, but are you playing Requiem? Did you beat it? What are your thoughts? Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.
Blue, I'm trying to paint a peanut butter house. W video by the background NPC, guys. W video.
For the past 2 weeks.
As always, let me know what else you want me to react to, especially when it comes to gaming and controversy as well. I think that'd be really cool. Guys, as always, take care of yourselves. Have yourselves a good one, and I'll talk to you in the next one. I'm gone. Later.